Assalamu alaikum. Where are you from?
America.
MashaAllah. Are you came here to the first time?
No, I've come here multiple times before. I've come this time here to study more, inshallah, to go back there to spread more knowledge.
What's your impact about what's going on here? Is there any difference between what's going on in UK and here?
What is going on here goes on no place else in the world, like it happens in Karbala. But every city in the world tonight mourns for Imam Hussein alayhi salam for his sacrifice. Every corner of every city in the entire world you find today mourning for Imam Hussein for his sacrifice. Because his sacrifice was for all of humanity and the entire world. So everyone you're going to find mourning today. I come from America and every city there mourns tonight for Imam Hussein. But the mourning here is like no other.
Alhamdulillah. As you know that Imam Hussein alayhi salam is a stranger when he came here. That's why we call it the Gharib. Did you feel like Imam Hussein felt strange when you came here, Iraq, or all is familiar to you? All of them familiar, all is like a family. Did you feel like you are strange here?
No, when you come to the land of Karbala, any Shia or any Muslim or anyone who believes in Allah and loves Allah comes to the land of Karbala, you feel at home. You don't feel like a stranger. It is like when you feel coming close to your mother, you feel that home feeling. The same way it is when every Shia or anyone who loves Imam Hussein and loves Allah comes to Karbala, you feel like you're at home.
That's right. I need from you to enlighten our minds with a hadith from Imam Hussein alayhi salam, from Ahlul Bayt, to tell me about this night. A lot of people, Shia around the world, maybe Christian also, each one around the world, don't know what's going on here. Why all the shrine is with red color, and what's the people gathering here? Can you tell me something about the hadith? Why the people are motivated to come here year after year?
Well, the most important thing that they're gathered here for is to remember the grandson of Rasulullah, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, who was martyred mercilessly along with his family in this land of Karbala. He was martyred because he wanted to reform the Ummah and bring back the Islam that the Prophet brought. He was martyred because he stood up against the tyrants, the tyrant who was Yazid at that time, who was bad for the people. He stood up for good morals and ethics to bring goodness to the world. And this is why he was martyred. And the people come here year after year because they know the importance of the visitation of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. They say the visitation to Imam Hussein alayhi salam is like coming to Jannah. They call this heaven on earth. And it's very, very important for us. The Imam al-Rida alayhi salam, the grandson Imam Hussein alayhi salam, has said that those who come and revive the affairs, their hearts will be alive on the day of judgment. And this is why we come here. And it's very, very important. They said those who keep our remembrance alive, we will remember them in the day of judgment. And that is why we come here year after year. And also to show support for Imam Hussein and to remember his legacy. And also because today we have an Imam today, Al-Hujjah, who is alive today. We come here every single year to show him that we have not forgotten his grandfather Hussein. We come here to show him that we are here for him today. And we will not leave him like the people left Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And we're here today to also stand against and show all oppressors in the world that we, the Shia, are here. The Shia Imam Hussein alayhi salam are alive today, and they'll always stand up for those who need help in the world. And this is why who we are, the Shia Imam Hussein alayhi salam.
Before half an hour, we saw a group of women and children and men came and with a caravan mokib came and recite something, Nawhaz, and talking about something. What that things? And they all of them, all the people here, began to cry. What they are talking about?
When they recite these lamentations, they're poetry in their own languages, in Arabic language, Farsi language, Urdu language. People come here from all over the world and they recite their lamentations in their language. And they talk about the events that occurred on the nights and the days, and they talk about how the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, was martyred mercilessly. They talk about how they put fire on the tents of the women. They talk about how the granddaughters, the young little children, little girls who were thirsty, they were being chased by men with armor and swords. So they remember these events and they cry and they try to feel empathy for those nights, and they start crying because anyone who listens to the tragedy of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, anyone who understands what happened that night to the children, to the little girls, to the 3-year-old, the daughter of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, to his little children, the woman, anyone with the coldest hearts will start crying and feel tears, because this tragedy is like no tragedy in the world, the tragedy of Imam Hussein alayhi salam.
I see it's strange because a lot of people here from a lot of nationalities, Persian, Iraqi, from UK, US, the Noha reciter has read in Arabic, but they are still crying. They don't understand the language. But what is that? Where is that came from?
It is because love is a universal language. Pain is a universal language. No matter what language you're going to recite in, anyone who's feeling pain or has love for someone is going to feel that pain. We feel, every heart recognizes another heart. Our hearts recognize the pain of other hearts. When we're sitting together and listening, we may not understand this. Some people are here from Iran, they don't understand Arabic. Some people here from Pakistan, they don't understand Arabic. Some people here from America, they don't understand Arabic. But they all understand pain. They all understand the tragedy that happened that night. And that tragedy is beyond any language. Every heart can understand pain. And the pain that the Imam Hussein, the grandson of Rasulullah and the Prophet Muhammad of Islam, went through is pain like no other in the world.
I noticed that in your talking, and your eyes will begin to cry, especially when talking about Imam, just the word Hussein, Hussein, Hussein. This is amazing, actually. Does that mean that Hussein alayhi salam has, like magnets, has attracted all the hearts of the world of the believers?
You know, we have a saying, it says that Imam Hussein, he gave his heart to God. And because he gave his heart to God, God put his love in the hearts of millions. Everyone who wants to get closer to God remembers Imam Hussein. And we learn to get to God through Imam Hussein alayhi salam. We understand who God is through Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And every heart that is made cannot understand the tragedy that happened that night. The Imams tell us, they tell us many times that if they told us what really happened that night to the women, to the children, we will faint because we cannot understand what happened that night. So yes, every time I hear the word Hussein and I remember this night, I feel tears because my heart can't handle it. Everyone's heart cannot handle it. Some people, you say their name Hussein, they start crying. You go to them and tell them Imam Hussein. You tell them Ruqayya, you tell them Sukaina, they're gonna start crying. Because you remember what happened that night. No one can imagine this. Imagine this happening to your own family. This was the family of the grandson of the Rasulullah. It is unbearable pain for us.
Okay, I have a question. What can you tell to your family, to your relatives? They are abroad in UK, in Europe, and US. What's your message to them? You advise them to watch this nice survival like these people. What can you tell them when they are watching you right now?
Alhamdulillah, my family is very ritualistic tonight. They're very close. We are from the family of Rasulullah ourselves. So tonight for us is very important. So our message, I won't send it to my family, but I'll send it to everyone else. To everyone else in the world, I tell you tonight, if you do not know what happened tonight, go read about it. If you do not know who Imam Hussein is, go read about him. If you are speaking English, there's a website called whoishussein.org. whoishussain.org. Go learn about Imam Hussein. Anyone in the world today, whether you're Christian, Jewish, Hindu, Buddhist, whatever religion you follow, go listen to the tragedy of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. You will understand what it means to be a messenger of God. You will understand how he teaches you how to love Allah and to love God. So everyone in the world today, if you do not know what Imam Hussein is, go read about Imam Hussein alayhi salam. This is what I'll tell you. Go learn from him. Go learn his message. He came here to make the world a better place. Today in the world there are many wars and problems. All of this can be solved if all of us follow in the footsteps of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, to read his teachings, to read the teachings what he gave us. He told us how to become better people, how to care for others. He taught us how to make the world a better place and how to stand up for what's right always. Today there's many wars in the world. We have to stand up for the people who are oppressed in the world today. Imam Hussein teaches us this. Do not leave them alone. Whether they're in Palestine, whether they're in Ukraine, anywhere in the world today that people need help, it is our duty as Shia, as Muslims, as humans to stand up for them. And there's one very famous saying by Imam Ali alayhi salam. He says, one is either your brother in faith or your equal in humanity. So for us, every human, we respect them. We care for every human life. And we're there for everyone. Remember this, the Shia Imam Hussein alayhi salam will always be there for anyone who needs help in the world. We'll always stand up for the oppressed, and we'll never forget Imam Hussein alayhi salam, because this is what he taught us here today.
I have a question about the rituals. As you saw the ritual of Tatbir. Maybe video ثاني. Come on. Okay. As you saw that ritual of Tatbir here, it's allowed. I don't know if in Europe or they are allowed to do this ritual, or do you have something else instead of Tatbir? And what's its effect on others like a Christian? Yeah.
So every culture, every city, every place mourns their own way. The people of Iraq, the people of Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, they do different ritualistic things, such as Tatbir, Zanjir, Matam, Latam. They have their own way. For people in different studies, they do their own way too. So for us in America, many people may do this. But what we do, we try to make sure we attract the American people to Islam. We try to attract the American people towards Imam Hussein. So what we started doing is we do blood donations. We give our blood to those in need. And when the Christians and the Americans, they see this, they start asking us, why are we doing this? Every day on every Ashura and all throughout Muharram, we call them to our masjids. We come, take our blood and donate it to those who are in need. Because a lot of times people need blood, and the patients in the hospitals. So when they see this, they're very attracted towards Imam Hussein. They ask us, why are we doing so much? Every Shia comes and gives our blood. And they ask why. It is because, we tell them, because Imam Hussein told us that on these days we're supposed to help others. We follow his legacy to become the best human we can be and the best helper of others.
Did you do this deed of blood donation in Majal al-Husayniyat or go to the hospital?
And both. They come to us, they send us buses, and then we go to the hospital also.
You said something about before when we talked which either about the break the world record about donation. Can you tell me about this?
So August 27, who is Hussein is breaking the world record in the world for the most blood donations in one day. And that's something that's very, very important for us to spread the name of Imam Hussein to the entire world. It'll be there in the Book of World Records.
That means the European people of Christian, they expect this night for blood donation. Is that right?
Yes. Everyone is expecting this, and they know that we're doing this for the sake of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And they're very happy, and they're very interested in knowing who is Imam Hussein. And they understand that we are very good people, and the message of Imam Hussein Islam is one of the best of messages, because we do good acts for others. We help others. We will do anything. We will give our lives to help others, because we are the Shia Imam Hussein alayhi salam.
Thank you so much. About just one last thing. The English language, as you see when you came here, no one speaks English. Maybe
you, brother, you speak very good English.
Thank you. Maybe a little bit from the others. What's your message to the people, to the young Iraqi people? Did they learn English or what?
You know, every language has its benefits in the world. If you live in Iraq, Arabic is very important. But if you want to travel in the world, English is a very important language to learn. And you should teach your children English as well, because it helps them connect with the dunya. And as Muslims, we're supposed to connect with others. And that's very important for us, as to build a community. And if you want to spread the message of Imam Hussein Islam to the whole world, the language that is spoken the most in the world is English. So it's very important to learn English to help to spread the message as well. Arabic is also very important. But if you want to spread the message to others outside of Iraq, you should learn the English language and spread the message of Imam Hussein Islam in the English language.
Does the Shia Hussein.com organization has its plan here in Iraq to make some activities
Yes,
to connect the West with the East?
Yes, we do. We will do work here in Karbala and Najaf and spread the name of Imam Hussein al Islam. For here, we don't need much because everyone knows who Imam Hussein is. That's why our focus is in the West a lot. More because we show them who Imam Hussein is. And that's why our activities are mostly done in the West. But of course here as well, we will connect the people to the West through the activities.
Alhamdulillah, may Allah grant your hajat, accept your ziyarah, accept your deeds, inshallah. This is, Alhamdulillah. Inshallah, we will see you more than this year, inshallah, and other years, inshallah. We learn from you.